Hello, and thank you for joining me here on Sew Stitch Hex. I'm Miss Izzy, and today I'm going to be talking about graveyard dirt. Okay, so what is graveyard dirt? Graveyard dirt is literally dirt from a grave. It's really easy. Okay, you can buy it at like botanicas and witchy stores, or you can go source it yourself. I like to source mine myself, and preferably you would get it from an ancestor's grave or a family member that has died. If you are not, then you would go to a cemetery. Hopefully you don't just have a bunch of dead bodies in the backyard and you can go get dirt from that. That's not what I'm talking about. That has other problems. But if you're going to do this, you need to ask permission from, just like you would for a plant. You would ask permission of the earth, you would ask permission of the plant, and you would ask to use it with your magical intentions. With graveyard dirt, you ask the ground, you ask the space, you ask the individual whose dirt you're using for permission to use them. So you do this, and then you can take the dirt. I like to go to the local cemetery and spend time there. I walk around, get to know the area. I try to be mindful of the energy. I will clean up trash that I see that hasn't been gotten yet. I will bring flowers with me to there to put on graves, and if there are flowers that have obviously just been neglected for forever and they look horrendous, maybe they even have bugs growing on them now, I would say growing, but it's like when the spiders have decided this is my home, I live here. It's kind of like they've grown on the flowers. Yeah, I will remove those and put them somewhere else because that doesn't look good. And I'm like, I'll help you out, fam. You could. And I just kind of clean up their space because, they can't do it. And I just want to help out and just be there. Because I like the energy. It's some of the few people I can stand being around. Because, So I just kind of chill out there. And that's nice. Some practitioners who work with graveyard dirt, I apologize for yawning. It seems like every video now. I just can't stop yawning. Such fun. Some practitioners believe that you should get the dirt from a wicked person's grave if you're going to do curse work. They say that it will take on the attributes of that wickedness, and they'll use it to cause, curses of a natural illness where they feel like death. Sure, you can. Although I'd prefer to use, family or ancestors dirt because my family would get my back. And it'd be like some multi-generational beatdown because, they're going to look out for you. So that's what I'd do. But, that's some practitioners. And they think it all has to be wicked and curse related. When realistically, it could be more protection. You don't have to go on the offense. You can go on the defense. Like how I put someone in a jar and put that jar as far away from me as possible and make them go away from me because I don't want to see them. You can do it this way too. Which someone mentioned on my alternative cleansing video that dirt is a very good way because it's grounding with literally the ground and setting your circle to protection space. That is true. And you could do that with graveyard dirt. Although that seems like a lot of graveyard dirt. Way too much for me to have on hand or to go get. But you can. You can use graveyard dirt to ground your space in the same way. And I completely didn't include that in the video, mostly because I completely forgot. Because I don't use dirt that much because I'm usually inside. So I completely spaced. But very valid. You can also use the dirt for minor prosperity and love, because if you're using it from your ancestors and your family members who've passed, they're gonna want the best for you. They're gonna want to show you love. They're gonna want you to prosper. They're gonna want you to have protection. So using that dirt for that purpose will be beneficial for you. So one of the things is you can also mix it in a divination sense. You can use it with grinding it with different things to put in the space. So sometimes I don't do it very often, very rarely, mostly because I don't like the mess. But you can get different herbs and grind it together and put it on your space. And then if you have things that you throw down on those. I don't do it very often because I don't like making a mess, but you can. Or you can just burn it off to the side. And you can mix the graveyard dirt in that. Say if you're trying to divine to speak with someone, that's an alternative. I don't do it mostly because it's messy and I don't like the extra work. Yeah. But you can also take the dirt and have it as a representation on your altar if you took it from your family, and have it to represent those that have passed, and use it to honor them on your space if you don't have actual totems for them. Lastly, you can take the dirt and gently mix it with a lot of other things like salt and eggshells, and use that as a way to ground your space. It's not all dirt, but the problem with using dirt in large quantities is one, like I only ever use a pinch unless the recipe needs more than that, but like basically a pinch, that's it. That's all you really need. There, it's done. If you're taking it from a graveyard, not everyone can go take it from a graveyard. Because like, while I like to go to the graveyard to look at the different little tombstones and the fancy like statues and big things, and like we have the graveyards that are all people on the ground, not the like filing cabinets of people. Like we have the big ones that take up all the ground and all the earth. But yeah, you can't just take dirt. Like, it's not technically legal to just go take up a bunch of dirt out of the graveyard. Technically, I think it's property of the city. But also, I mean, you are taking dirt from a grave. Like, you have to be careful with that because, I mean, obviously, we're not all just going to go take the dirt until we excavate a body. But we can't all take dirt from the graveyard. It's best to take it from your ancestors and from your ancestors' land because they're going to be more supportive of you anyway. And that would be the better option. So, with that, this has been Graveyard Dirt on Sew Stitch Hex. I hope you learned something today. I hope there's something maybe you can tell me in the comments about your use of graveyard dirt. Have you been interested in using it, or have you just heard it mentioned vaguely and thought, oh, I'm going to try that? So, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and yeah. And share with a friend. I would love to learn something new about your use of graveyard dirt. So let me know. And I hope to see you and cast a spell with you in the next video.